So, okay, so we have these words, right? We have adjectives, and we describe our day. We describe how we feel in terms of these adjectives. So we have some sort of feeling happening within the body or within the mind, and we name it, right? So for instance, I'm feeling tired. If you remember yesterday, I made a video coming home from work, and I was not saying anything about feeling tired. I was saying I feel highly energized after 11 hours of work. Okay, today is slightly different circumstances. So I have a feeling inside of the body, and then I name it. I am feeling tired, right? Okay. Now, since we're belief system oriented beings, our whole world, being that we're only ever occupying like an infinitesimal point of time, right? Which is surrounded by the past and the future, which are both only mental and only projections. Most people they don't get this. They don't even think about it, and it's difficult and painful to think about if you've never come out of the sleep state. If you've never come out of it in your life, and all of a sudden it comes to you that everything that is real somehow fits within this infinitesimally small piece of time, which we call the present moment, and all else is false, i.e. projections, or made up, or imagined, or mental, then people will have an ego death based on that knowledge coming and smacking them in the face. They will have an ego death. They will have multiple ego deaths because it's too much. Afterwards, provided you survive the ego death, it's no big deal. But before, it hurts and it's painful. But the adjective tired, we apply to I, and then we connect it with M. We have I, we have the sense of I, and we know that we're connected with what we call our body and our mind. And then we attach an adjective with some sort of connector word, like am. I am. Or you could say I am feeling whatever adjective. The word feeling is implied if you say I am tired. It's implied that you're actually saying I am feeling tired. Although it seems like a small difference in semantics, but it actually means something different. I am tired means something different than I am feeling tired. And you have to go in there and explore it. You gotta explore it. The only way anybody learns anything about who and what they actually are, and how they are, when they are. When are you from, right? Like travelers, yes? Okay. So you explore in there, and you find out what's going on. And how does this compare to the qualifier that you added on top of it? I am tired, or I am feeling tired, or I am whatever. I am happy, I am feeling happy. I am guilty, I am feeling guilty. We have lots of adjectives that we describe ourselves with, and we do it throughout the entire day. This video is not just to highlight that we kind of bring our life into blossom, into being, into a colorful menagerie of emotion via applying adjectives. That's not the sole intent of this video, It's part of it, but the main part is that to see that the adjective you're adding onto your being, your beingness, yourself, it's like wearing clothes. You can see your feeling state in a different fashion than how we were brought up to feel it, whereas we're brought up to feel what? This is a thing. This is a fact. I am feeling this way, and I have no control over it because it's a feeling. And this is simply how it is, and it's going to be here till it's not. That's kind of what we were brought up with. I am proposing that something different is possible, and that feeling states, including one that says I am feeling tired, including after, I just worked 10, 11 hours and now I'm feeling tired. You combine together all of these conceptual elements and you have what we call facts. And they are facts to us. Like, yes, let me remember back. Yeah, I was working 9 hours. And yes, I feel tired / felt tired. And these are true. These are facts, yes? Okay. So what I'm proposing is that regardless of whether these are factual statements or not, to the best of your knowledge, they are still like clothes. You can take the clothes off. You can add different clothes on. Does that make sense? You can take, your mirror, your window. I'm just driving in circles so I can finish the video. But your window, right, which is your being, it can wear anything. So it can wear a piece of clothing that says, I am tired. And your body knows how to produce that feeling. And the feeling is exacerbated and amplified by you speaking the concepts. It's like affirmations. And I know that whole affirmations thing has been tainted and fucked with, and all of the self-help gurus have just turned it into a nasty, gross thing. And now everybody hears the word affirmation and they're like, ooh, that's some hippie guru, woo-woo, fluffy nonsense. And there's another thing for you to wear, right? There's literally everything that's pumped at you via concepts is a belief system that you can wear. You can wear it like an item of clothing. And if you give a bit of room in between yourself, your core true self that you feel at the very core, give a little bit of space between that and your knowledge of how the world works and how your body works and how everything works, give a little bit of space and room for creative interpretation, you will find that you can, at the very minimum, experiment with whether or not a feeling state can be like an item of clothing that can just be taken off and left off completely, and you can return back to what your Zen state, your 0 point, or you can put on another item of clothing and you can practice. Yeah. So, and it's not the easiest thing to wrap your mind around, because contemporary logic will say, I did work for 9 hours today. I distinctly remember scrubbing things, cleaning things, grouting tile, laying tile, cutting tile, plugging electric outlets, lots of things, like whatever, construction stuff. I distinctly remember doing it. I hauled shit back and forth between point A and point B, and I definitely feel tired. And I know that when someone does that type of thing, which is what we call work, then eventually you feel tired from it. These are all factual, logical conclusions, and yet I'm still saying feeling state still can be like a piece of clothing. Not fully. There is, of course, a genuine connection between things that we are experiencing and have experienced in our past, in our conceptual past. And it's all conceptual past. But there is a connection between that, but it's more malleable than most of us think. I know it's more malleable than I have held within my belief system. So that's it. And I was tired, and I'm less tired now because I'm carrying the mindset that I can take that article of clothing off. Take it off. Is it true? Is it not true? It's true to an extent. It's also not true to an extent. And it depends on how solid that you feel your current reality is. But it can help jar up, it can help shake up sort of your belief system in everything. It's good to do that. It can be dangerous if you haven't had enough ego deaths, but it's good for exploring. So anyway, thank you again, as usual, for watching and hanging out, and I will see you all when I see you next time. Peace!